Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the October Q&A that you all send me through DMs, which would be either Facebook or Goodreads. I just usually get questions through my direct messages. Don't know why, but I'm going to keep everyone's name or username private because if you send me a DM, you're not wanting it to be public, so that's why I don't say anyone's name for this video. I'm just going to grab whichever question pops up from my little cauldron over here, and we'll go from there, right? We're gonna have a fun time answering questions from you all. But what do you do when a person, a stranger or otherwise, does not like a very personal poem of yours? I've had this happen before where I've told family and friends, don't read Teal Nostalgia because it's not going to be for you. And then they go and do it and then they complain that it's too graphic. And I'm like, I told you. So when I warn someone not to read Teal Nostalgia, that's basically the one that's the worst. And they go about and they read it and then they complain, I just say, I told you so. And I don't know what else to say, so talk to you later. It's just how it is with poetry, and there are a lot of people that have not gone through what I've gone through, and they won't understand, and that's fine. I mean, I'm really happy that a lot of people have not gone through what I've gone through, so they can't relate to the poems in Teal Nostalgia. I look at it as a good thing, because I don't want anyone to have gone through the abuse and the struggles that I did when I was writing these poems as a healing exercise. So that's really how I think about it. I know a lot of other people, poets, I should say, a lot of poets will find it to be insulting. And I get it in a way, but mine and Teal Nostalgia are so personal, and they also are a lot of them are very graphic, that I'm glad that you actually don't relate and you think that it's disgusting, because that means that you can't relate, and that means it didn't happen to you. And what happened to me as a child has forever changed me, and that means I'm gonna say it, you have the privilege to not have PTSD from childhood abuse. I think that's good, but I really pay attention to people that relate to my poems and they reach out to me, and I've had a lot of people reach out, even some anonymously, and say that this is a poetry book that they needed when they were going through things, but they think that I'm so open and honest because they've had similar experiences. I pay more attention to them because that's what matters, and the ones that can't relate, good, because it's not a good thing to relate to the poems, a lot of the poems, not all of them, but to a lot of the poems in Teal Nostalgia specifically. Next question is, have you gotten the Two Foxes book cover yet? No. There's just a lot going on regarding my cover artist, but they are working on it, and they know that I want to publish in December, so I'm just waiting at this point. But the fourth book already has a book cover, and that's hopefully coming out early in 2023. So I do technically have everything situated. I'm just waiting on the book cover for the Two Foxes at this point. But like I said, December, I mentioned it quite a few times. So that is in my cover artist's mind. But when I get the cover, I'm just gonna immediately blast it everywhere. I'm gonna do a video, social media posts, mailing list, like the whole shebang, because it's needed. And if you want to have an arc of the two foxes, then that information is also going to be blasted all over the place. Number 3, when is your 4th book coming out, and is that part of a series? Yes, like I said, early 2023, and yes, that is part of a series. It's going to be an urban fantasy crime mystery book series set in an alternative universe circa 2018. Next up, have you ever thought about quitting writing? There was a point where I was trying to get into the traditional publishing world, and I got probably 100 rejections for A Patriot's Tale, and I had quite a few agents say, we don't know how to market it. Which, okay. The problem I have right now is actually I just don't have the money to do the marketing, but it's been, I think, 10 months, give or take, and I have, as of right now, 14 reviews on Amazon and I think 20 on Goodreads, and that was all organic. I didn't spend money on getting those reviews. I don't really believe in buying reviews for various reasons. And I think it could do a fantastic job if I had the marketing set down regarding the money. I'm working on Amazon ads, and I think that's where the main thing will be regarding where I market, because I don't like Facebook whatsoever. I'm not interested, and I'm not interested in Instagram or BookTok, TikTok, whatever. And BookBub is really expensive and it's not doing the best as compared to other years, and I don't want to play around with my money in that way, especially since it's so limited. Amazon will actually listen to you when you say, I'm going to spend, my max is, for example, $10 a day. You're not spending more than $10 a day, whereas Facebook plays with you, and I'm not into that. And BookBub is just really expensive, and like I said, it's not even doing the best, so I'm kind of waiting it out for BookBub, also because I want to have a book series almost completed or completed before doing BookBub, just in general, because it needs to have a significant backlog if you want to have good results from BookBub ads or their marketing campaigns. Next question is, what's your least favorite book genre? And it would probably be erotica and romance, but I've read a few erotica and romance novels. It just doesn't click very well. Maybe there's some subgenre or something of romance that I'll enjoy, and I think going towards libraries and only getting library books, I can try out new genres or genres that I don't think I like, but maybe I do, because I just don't want to spend money on books or genres that I don't like, because it hurts inside. It hurts me, my feelings, my budget. It just hurts when you buy a book, whether you love the genre or you're trying something new because it was recommended, and you give it like either 1 or 2 stars, and you're just like, that sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna donate this and forget that it ever happened. Next question is, can you do more authortube videos? I could, but my thing with authortube is I am very chaotic, and I don't think that my advice would be that helpful, because I'm an emotional writer, and I have problems drafting. I can edit all day, every day, and it just comes naturally. Well, writing comes naturally. The problem is that I have ADD. For some reason, I can focus when I have a full draft, even if I have to rewrite like half of it or most of it. That's not a problem. It's just when I have a blank page, my ADD hates it. So I have to really sit my butt down and churn out writing, or else it's not going to happen. I guess I could do authortube videos for people with ADD, but that doesn't mean that it will work for every person with ADD or ADHD. So it's just like, I could do broad authortube videos, but really, like, there's enough out there. I guess one would say, if you like me and my writing and my reviews, then that would mean you would like my advice, whether it's very helpful or not. I guess I can see that, but I don't know. I'll try. I have to really think it out, to be honest. I think I have 14 or so, give or take, authortube-ish videos on my channel, and yeah, that's not a lot, but I just don't want to create a generic, boring video on writing when you can get that somewhere else. And the final question, you all, what's your advice for a new writer that's scared of bad reviews? I think every artist is going to have some issues with bad reviews, and that includes chefs and sculptors, not just like the regular writer, director, painter, just any artist in general. They're gonna have bad reviews. We're all going to have it. But just remember, there are 7 billion people in the world. They all have their own life experiences, their differing personalities, their likes and dislikes. It's literally impossible to please everyone. It's not going to happen. And then when you have like the weird people where they can't find anything particular, they just didn't connect with it, so then they're going to nitpick, which I've had happen. And so that's a thing as well. If you're not thick-skinned enough to read, like actually read their reviews, then don't. Unless there's like a reviewer that reaches out to you directly and says, oh, I gave this book 4 or 5 stars. Can I interview you or something like that? I'm totally fine with 3 stars, but there are a lot of people that will cry over 3-star reviews. And I don't know. I think it's fine. The thing is, and art is so subjective, and rating and reviews are so subjective. I think that a 3-star is good because it's a good book. It's above average. A lot of people will say that a 3-star sucks. A lot of people will give 3 stars even though they DNF'd it, and they'll give like a huge paragraph as to why they DNF'd it, but they still gave 3 stars. It's just weird because art is subjective and art is weird in general. And I stand by that statement. And people that create the art are weird, and people that are obsessive in the artist sphere are also a bit weird. Like, you can't say that the people on Goodreads or NetGalley that are writing dissertations are not a little odd, especially when it's like a romance or erotica novel and it's just like 15 paragraphs as to why the book sucks. I don't know. I mean, like, it's Bigfoot erotica. I don't know what literary critique you're getting from Bigfoot erotica, but you know, not my business. You do you. You want to write 15 paragraphs over how this isn't realistic, which I've seen before. If you want to write, you know, a dissertation over a literary fiction novel that you feel on the fence about, so it's like, ooh, 3.5 stars or 4 stars, I don't know, and then you're gonna write a dissertation, that's totally fine. But like, I've seen quite a few funny reviews on romance or erotica novels treating it like it's a literary masterpiece. It's not. Those are for fun and other things. But anyway, there are just going to be people that hate your guts, that don't know you. So they're just gonna, you know, 1 or 2 star you, or trash you and your book online. Or there are gonna be people that absolutely love you and they don't know what boundaries are. Yeah. That's also a thing. I don't know what is worse. I think because both extremes, you can have a stalker. Like if they absolutely love you, then they become obsessed with you and then they stalk you, or they absolutely hate you and then they're going to stalk you. Yeah, I'm not into those extremes. I just like, I like readers and reviewers in the middle, whether they like me or not, whether they enjoy my book or not. I don't care. Just stay in the middle. Because when you have those two extremes, things happen. And I rather not have things go haywire, basically, because that's what happened on Wattpad, and I was like, peace out, I'm done. And I'd rather not go back. But that's kind of something that you also have to accept. It's not even just bad reviews that you have to be worried, not really worried, but aware of. It's also the people that are a little obsessive or really obsessive. That's something that also new writers have to be aware of. There's two extremes, and both those two extremes are not good. And I'm just gonna finish off with this question answer with an Andy Warhol paraphrasing, but I really need to get this printed and post it somewhere because I really love this quote, and I don't remember the exact wording, so I'm going to paraphrase and say that just create art, and when you release it, let other people decide if it's good or bad, if they love it or hate it, and just keep creating more art because it's for you ultimately. And if it makes you happy and it makes your editor and your beta readers and your super fans happy, then it doesn't matter if you have a group of haters that think that the book sucks and you should jump off a cliff and die. Do they matter at the end of the day? No, they don't. It's making your fan base, your editor, your beta readers happy, and you happy. Are you pleased with the result of the book? Yes or no? No? Then go back to the drawing board, get some developmental edits, talk to your editor a bit more, get even more beta readers. You can work on it. And if you've done all the work and you've got the cover and you've got it edited and it's good to go and you're happy with it, then release that book or poetry chat book into the world. And what happens with it then is not really your problem in a way, because readers are going to do what they're going to do. And I mean, unless you plagiarize something, which is a problem, don't do that. It's really up to the readers to decide if they want to love it or hate it. But if you love it, if your core fan base loves it, then they're going to blast that everywhere, and they're going to give you compliments, they're going to give you sales, and they're going to help your book rank, and they're going to help you find new readers that appreciate what you've produced. And that's what really counts at the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching my October Q&A for 2022. I hope you have a great reading and writing day. Bye.